Because you are going to constantly come in interaction with people who are going to say, oh, the belief is in my heart. You don't need to tell me about Islam and what I believe. It's in my heart. That's between me and Allah. Yeah, it's between you and Allah, but where's your actions? ما هو تعريف الإيمان? Who remembers what is the definition of Iman? لا. What is the تعريف of Iman? أحسنت. Allahu Akbar. فالإيمان قول واعتقاد وعمل. The definition of Iman, write it down, because you're going to be asked these questions when you're giving da'wah, yes or no? All of you are going to come into people, especially in the era that we live in now, where Islam is becoming very prominent and everyone wants to know about Islam and they have questions about Islam, and you have been Muslim, so you have to be able to answer these questions. Because people are going to ask you, but what is Iman? I keep hearing Iman. What are you going to tell them? You're going to just give them the translation that Iman is faith? No, you have to give them the definition of Iman. What is the real meaning of Iman? Yani qawlun bil lisan. It is a statement upon your tongue. Look at me, brothers. The definition according to this, that you utter it upon your tongue. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. That's part of it. That's only part of the definition of Iman. That you utter it upon your tongue. وَاعْتِقَادٌ بِالْقَلْبِ. And that you believe it in your heart. So two things are combined here. The statement with the belief. There is no Iman without action. Iman and A'mal, they're inseparable. Iman is not complete. Because the third part of its definition is وَعَمَلٌ بِالْجَوَارِحِ. And it must be implemented, it must be acted upon. So it's not sufficient for someone to say, I believe, but you don't want to follow what Allah commands. You've only implemented two parts. You only implemented the part of saying that you believe. And then the scholars, they mentioned, if it is that you truly believe it in your heart, you're going to act upon it. Yani, brothers and sisters, never forget that. Never forget that. Because you are going to constantly come in interaction with people who are going to say, oh, the belief is in my heart. You don't need to tell me about Islam and what I believe. It's in my heart. That's between me and Allah. Yeah, it's between you and Allah, but where's your actions? Where's the reality of your belief? That you cover yourself, that you do what Allah commands you with, that you pray your salawat, that you fast in Ramadan. These are just the foundational actions, but there are other actions, mukammilatun, that are perfection for these five fundamental pillars of Islam.